Hey, how's it going? And today I thought it would be fun to take a look at the interface in the verse programming language and see how we might use it and what it is exactly. So here in the documentation it says that the interface provides a contract for how to interact with any class that implements the interface. An interface cannot be instantiated, but a class can inherit from the interface and implement it and implement its methods. And it's similar to an abstract class, except that it does not allow partial implementation or fields. So that seems to be the differentiating factor, is that something to consider, that the interface is kind of strict in that sense. It's saying, hey, if you're going to call me, you got to take these two things with you. You can't just call one of these methods. You need to take both of them. So in that sense, it's enforcing that. That's what I think of the contract. It might be helpful to think of the contract as an obligation or requirement to include all of its functions. And so with the use of interfaces, unrelated classes or objects can access a set of reusable functions independently from one another while maintaining some standardization here. Because we can't just do part of it, we got to do the whole thing. And that to me is the contract. Is that you got to do the whole thing. This is all very wordy, so let's take a look, see if I tried to create a little example of what this would actually look like in the code. So here we go. So we've got our modules up here. Here at the very top on lines 8 through 10, we create an actual interface. So we just use the keyword interface, and then we include two methods. And what's interesting is this is just the most, almost just like a minimal signature function, really. You do have to declare the return type. This is the contract in a sense, saying that if you're going to implement me, you need to include these two functions and you need to have a return type of integer. I guess that's the contract. So now I'm going to create a class that implements this interface. So I'm just going to call this class MathSolver. It's a class, and I'm going to implement calculate, which is this interface here. Now the method is actually implemented within this class that I've created, not within the interface. So here, I've implemented two methods or functions. One is basically going to sum all the values in an array, and this is going to get the largest value in the array. So these are just, and these could be whatever functions or methods you wanted to create yourself. And then we come down here to where the hello world device is, and I created a sample array here. And now what we have to do is, once we've created our class, then we create an instance of the MathSolver class right here. So I call this my MathSolver. And then down here on begins play, we call my MathSolver, we access the method, and then we just put in sample array as our argument. So we pop that in there, and then we assign it to result 1, and then we go my MathSolver, get largest, this method here, sample array, return the result, and then we just print out here the results of it. And this is just a custom print string. So that's the whole enchilada. And you'll see, like, if I try to put void in here, I'm going to get errors all over the place. See? I cannot do that. So I realized I needed to specify at least the return type. There's a lot more that could be done with this, but this kind of just gets the general idea out there. So if I come into Unreal Editor, I'll just build that verse code. I'll end the game, and I'll push those changes. And then let's go in here and see if it prints out those values. It should, because I just did it. And there we go. The sum of the array is 434. The largest value in the array is 222. And that's correct. So anyway, I hope you found this helpful. Take care, have a great day, and I'll talk to you next time.